Hey guys, Mark Altman here. Today I'm going to be showing you something that I think is pretty cool that I had built over the past few days. We're going to be looking into the cells today. We're basically going to be looking into the animal cell today, but I added the cell wall of the plant cell because the cell wall is one of the major, very important organelles. And here you can see the cell wall provides support and shape in the plants. And this is mostly made of cellulose, so this is like one of the most important organelles for the plant because it basically keeps it protected. But we're not really going to be worrying about that too much today. We're going to be looking into the animal cell. And here you can see this is like the outside. I made it into the best circle shape I could. And this is the cell membrane, also known as plasma membrane and many other names. The cell membrane is the thin, flexible outer covering of a cell, and it controls what enters and leaves the cell. And as you can see, it's like the whole entire cell here. It's the whole entire outside of the cell. It's behind this reddish pinkish wall here too. The reason that we have this reddish pinkish wall here is because of the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is more or less actually a gel-like mixture that's moving around the cell, but I couldn't really do that since this is a block world, so I just made it my best. And the cytoplasm is constantly moving gel-like mixture inside the cell. Inside the cell membrane, that contains heredity material and is the location of most of the cell's life processes. So this is very important and is where most of the cell's life processes occur. Moving on, we're going to have the nucleus here, one of the most important. And the nucleus, this contains the DNA and is the control center of the cell. And the DNA is more or less basically the brains of the cell, so it's very important. Right outside the nucleus here, we have the smooth ER. The smooth ER, this makes cellular products like hormones and lipids and distributes it throughout the cell. The smooth ER also regulates and releases calcium ions and processes toxins. This is pretty cool here. You see it's like almost like an S. Oh, we're auto-saving here for a second, so just give me a second here. It's just a little feature to help me save my progress, because I wouldn't want my cell getting destroyed. But, moving on here, we have the S-shaped here, but then there's more of an S shape here with black dots on it, and you're probably wondering what the heck is this? Well, right here we have the rough ER, and this stores ribosomes that assemble proteins. And hey, these black things, they're ribosomes. These assemble the proteins of the cell. So there's dots on the rough ER that basically help assemble proteins in the cell. Proteins are very important, and you have the S shape still going, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And over here we have the Golgi complex. It's almost like two rainbows back to back, as you can see. I did my best. And again, torches are just for lighting purposes, so ignore those. This is the Golgi complex. This modifies, sorts, and packages proteins for secretion. And it's very important because without this, it wouldn't have any storage or packaging or anything, so this is a very important part. Over here, we have the mitochondria, and mitochondria, this is the site of cellular respiration. This also makes ATP, also known as energy, and obviously without energy, the cell wouldn't be able to do what it needs to do, so energy is very important in the cell, and it almost looks like a hot dog with ketchup. The brown is the hot dog, and the blue here is the ketchup. Moving on, up here we have the vacuole. Small vacuoles is what they're called in animal cells, different from the large vacuole in plant cells, which the large vacuole in plant cells take up the majority of the cell. But here's a small vacuole. It's a membrane-bound cavity within a cell, and it often contains a watery liquid or secretion. So, this basically is the food and water storage of the cell. And last here, we have the vacuole. Not the vacuole, the lysosome. And is responsible for the cell's digestion of macromolecules, old cell parts, and microorganisms. So, this is one pretty cool thing here. and it just helps digest and keep the cell going. So as you can see, all the organelles are very important, and without each other it would be very hard for the cell to do what it needs to do and keep itself alive. So this is pretty neat stuff to me. I honestly never realized how cool cells were, and yeah, peace out.